D&D used to have many classes, and some could seem redundant and not different enough to warrant being separate classes. For example, I never really understood why the Wilder from Expanded Psionics Handbook for D&D 3.5 is a separate class from the Psion. It seems like a powered-down Psion that has an ability to overload his psionic powers. In terms of flavor, the Psion gains his powers from strict discipline and training, while the Wilder uses emotions to manifest his psionic powers. There is another psionic class from a different book, the Ardent from Complete Psionic. Mechanically, the Ardent is quite cool, and it was generally beloved because of that, but in terms of flavor, it makes no sense. I have read the description time and time again, and I'm struggling with comprehension. Ardent pursue cosmic philosophies of persistence of certain elements in the multiverse. Water is the same everywhere, and an Ardent can understand that, and hence gain the ability to psionically control water. That description is just a word salad that looks like it is there just to pad out the word count. It does not tell me how these powers work and why they are different from the powers of a normal psion. And why is it a psionic class? In GURPS terms, this unclear description seems closer to the cosmic power source than psionic. Why am I bringing these classes up? Because both of them were combined in D&D 4e, where the Ardent became an emotion-based psionic class, which is sensible, I guess. But the purpose of this video is not to rant about weird D&D classes, but to tell you how to represent them in GURPS. Basically, to get a Wilder in GURPS, we just have to convert that class's signature ability, the Wild Surge. The Wild Surge lets you overload a psionic power, making it stronger, but has a chance of causing psychic enervation that dazes the Wilder and drains his energy. And this is exactly what extra effort, coupled with optional crippling rules, already do in GURPS. So every psionic character in GURPS can do this. Case closed. But this is not the only way to do it. Let's consider other options and additional abilities. First, maybe you would like to use extra effort more often to represent a reckless Wilder. Then it might be a good idea to buy Psionic Energy Reserve, limited by stunts only, minus 10%. Second, it is possible to represent emotional overload by applying new limitation to all psionic abilities. I like the following combination: resistible mental stun as a backlash, and 1 FP as a fatigue cost. This way, when a Wilder manifests a psionic power, he will have to spend 1 FP and make a will roll to avoid mental stun. Third, you could come up with a different ability. For example, what if you could give yourself a temporary bonus to all psionic skills? Take a look at this ability. Wild Surge. You should buy this ability separately for each psionic power. By letting your emotions loose, you can temporarily overload your psionic power. For 10 seconds, you gain 2 levels of talent for that power per level of this ability. Once these 10 seconds pass, you can either maintain the Wild Surge for 10 more seconds, or let your emotions subside. If you decide to end the Wild Surge, you lose 4 FP and an additional 4 FP for each time you extended the duration of your Wild Surge. In addition, you get minus 2 to all psionic skills of that power for as long as you have been using your Wild Surge, minimum 10 minutes. Complete Psionic also had a prestige class for Wilders called Anarchic Initiate. This prestige class had a different Wild Surge ability called Chaotic Surge. So let's try making a more chaotic version of this ability. Chaotic Surge. You should buy this ability separately for each psionic power. By infusing your mind with chaotic energies, you can temporarily overload your psionic power. For 10 seconds, you gain 1d-3 levels of talent for that power. This can result in a penalty, and using Chaotic Surge costs 3 fatigue points. For this ability, 4 levels of talent were converted to dice per the normal dice conversion rules. And I think that's all I wanted to tell you here. Pathfinder also had the Wilder class with many different Wild Surge variants, so if you want something more, you can use them for inspiration. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.